It all kicks off on Halloween when one student heads to visit his girlfriend. He sees her silhouette in the window and, noticing the doors open, walks inside. But there's no one there. In one room, he freaks out seeing someone covered in ice. Then he laughs, thinking it's just a mannequin. But when he turns around, he spots another frozen person and freaks out again. Time passes. Life's buzzing on the college campus. There are tons of hot girls and guys like students Roger and Luke. Later, when Luke's alone, two girls, Constance and Lily, show up. For some reason, they start flirting with him all coy. Constance offers him a candy she's been licking, then gives him her dorm number, and the girls leave. Luke notices they forgot their cash and decides to drop it off in their room. Finding no one, he goes in and leaves the money. Suddenly, he hears footsteps and hides. Luke watches as the girls open the windows, even though it's freezing outside. Constance sprays some kind of nitrogen in the room, and then weird tentacles or snakes come out of Lily's body. Later, Roger tells Luke he met two hot girls. Realizing it's the same Constance and Lily, Luke shares what he saw in their room, but his buddy doesn't believe him. Luke also tells his other friend Gibby and his girl Alex, adding that the girls had no belly buttons, but no one buys it. A bit later, Luke and his friend Alex head to a party. Gibby introduces them to Natasha. Lily and Constance are there too. When Luke sees Lily coming toward him, he shoves Alex away, and Lily attacks him, but it turns out he just imagined it. Lily just asked him to dance. Blown away by her beauty, he agrees to go with her. He kisses her no problem, while Roger kisses Constance, the head of the sorority. Later, the sorority leader calls the hockey team captain on stage. He says Lily's a candidate for queen. Suddenly, she kisses him right in front of everyone, and Luke gets upset. One of the guys named Bobby starts teasing him and calling him an idiot. In the end, Luke accidentally bumps into a girl with braces. Bobby keeps insulting him, and they get into a fight. The braces girl accidentally takes a hit from Luke. Then Bobby punches Luke. Luke fights back and shoves him. Bobby falls. He gets up and hits Luke again, but Luke apologizes to the girl, then realizes he shouldn't fight over some chick and storms off mad. Meanwhile, Roger's in the bathroom. Constance comes in and offers quick sex, but Roger says he's never done it and wants his first time to be special. Constance gets pissed and leaves. At the same time, Luke sees Lily and Bobby sneaking off in the distance. Lily's mad he's not treating her how she wants, so she shoves him and attacks with her snake-like tentacles. The next morning, Luke runs into Roger with a beer. His ex-girlfriend, Detective Amanda, knocks on the door. At the same time, another detective, Kirk, finds Bobby's body. He's frozen solid, arms up and everything, with a twisted face. Amanda brings Luke, and he sees frozen Bobby. The cop thinks Luke's involved since they fought at the party. Luke swears he's innocent, but the detective doesn't believe him. Then the coroner says Bobby froze from the inside out. His theory, someone shoved a beer bong down his throat and pumped liquid nitrogen in. Since there's no proof against Luke, they let him go. On the way out, he spots Lily and the other sorority girls and starts suspecting them. Luke goes to the hospital to figure out what happened to Bobby. He accidentally bumps the body, and part of Bobby crumbles like pottery. The doctor leaves, and Luke looks at a diagram showing how he froze. He imagines the body coming back to life. Later that night, he tells his friends Bobby's still frozen and that Lily did it with her tentacles. But again, no one believes him. Gibby goes to meet Natasha. Later, at the sorority party, everyone sees Lily show up, dressed to kill, like nothing happened. Luke and Alex think it's weird and decide to set up cameras to find out what the girls are hiding. Alex puts one in the shower. Meanwhile, Natasha lures Gibby to the cemetery to fool around, where she suddenly unleashes her snake tentacles. Gibby starts freezing until he's a full ice statue. Luke knows Roger's planning to stay with Constance and sets up a camera there. But at the party, Roger gets wasted, so he's in no shape to satisfy a Constance. The talent show starts. One guy comes out with a flamethrower. Lily and the girls freak out. Then there's a swimsuit contest, and Lily gets crowned Ice Queen or something like that. Luke decides to approach her to get her secret. They leave together, talk about the stars, dance in his room. Alex watches through the camera, but Lily spots the camera and the feed glitches. Lily unleashes her tentacles, knocks over a candle, and the fire reveals her true form, a monstrous alien, and she bolts. Luke runs to check the footage. With Alex, he tries to rewatch it, but it didn't save. Luke goes to the detective with the truth, but he doesn't believe him and calls him a perv for filming girls in the shower. With no backup, Luke decides to figure it out himself and spies on the sorority to get proof. Meanwhile, Roger, with Constance, says his friend Luke thinks she and Lily are alien killers. She confesses she loves him and says everything Luke said is true. She explains they're not killers, but they need male DNA to save their alien race. She also says they found this place online. Constance says she doesn't want to kill Roger, even though it's inevitable. Sex with them is fatal. Despite that, Roger agrees, and she shows him her tentacles. Meanwhile, Luke ties up Lily and demands she confess what she and her alien sorority sisters are planning. Suddenly, the head of their house shows up and frees Lily. Learning from her that Constance is with Roger, Luke runs to save him. He finds his friend, but he looks awful. A weird creature bursts from his mouth and turns to dust. In rage, Luke douses the girl with hot water, and she turns into an alien. Luke kills it and runs. Later, an ambulance arrives. Luke rides with Roger to the hospital. Suddenly, Roger feels intense cold, closes his eyes, and dies. Luke cries, realizing he lost his best friend. Detective Amanda offers help. After a lot of tears, he decides to get revenge, grabs boiling water and a flamethrower. Meanwhile, the alien girls are dining with two new guys, probably next victims. Luke bursts in with the flamethrower. The detective's there too. He demands they show their belly buttons. The sorority leader gets mad, but Luke splashes them with water. Nothing happens. Natasha tries to run. Luke lights her up, and she turns into an alien, then into ash. Lily begs for mercy, but he torches her too. She tries to flee, but ends up crumbling like a statue. Constance runs, and Luke chases her. He finds her already in alien form. When Luke tries to blast her with the flamethrower to finish her, it jams. Constance attacks with tentacles, but Amanda shoots and distracts her. Luke grabs an axe, smashes a pipe, and releases gas. The creature weakens and dies for good. Firefighters and cops show up. Alex runs up and hugs Luke. It's clear now she really loves him. The guys from the party tell reporters about meeting alien women. Luke and Alex sneak off to be alone. When Luke and Alex finally get alone and are about to get into something fun, he suddenly notices she has no belly button. Turns out, at the very start of the movie, it was Alex who froze those guys. She's an alien. Luke realizes it, and the movie ends with his despair and screams. And that's how Decoys ends. Honestly, I still can't figure out if I liked it or not. Boobs, tentacles, guys exploding. It's trash on another level, but the plot's dumb. And the 2004 effects are laughable now. 5 out of 10. Watched it and forgot it, but it works for a late-night guilty pleasure.